Hey there, nice to meet you. Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, I got a wonderful idea for you, alright? Alright now. A human woman who, due to the loss of her son and blaming herself for his mental collapse, decided to try and, become a dream space explorer, which is a type of adventurer slash psychotherapist that is meant to help people overcome their issues and fix their mental roadblocks and psychological issues involving people's inner psychic worlds, which are basically known as dream spaces. However, she has unchecked egotism and often ignores sound advice from others and believes in being positive to the point of being incredibly toxic at all times and often tries to spread smiles and happiness into other people's psyches by forcibly defeating all types of thought forms, topos and evils, regardless of what they are made for or represent, and often cause wide-scale damage inside of people's psyches and dream spaces themselves. You gotta remember, they're, active worlds that, have very deep and significant meaning and, are basically made up of people's, it's like basically all the things that, make up people's psyche, so that's kind of incredibly dangerous, isn't it? Yeah, we're talking about somebody who's kind of, messing around with it. Also, I had to, big idea to, kind of base this character, a little bit on happy science. Although I was thinking about having her be a cultist and, basically her son kind of went into the steam kind of went into kind of was going to college and kind of went to the steam tunnels and slid down the sewer slide. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what happened to him. And she kind of blames herself for it and decided to become like a psychotherapist and an adventurer to explore dream space. Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, she kind of causes damage to people's psyches in order to try and end each of her, patients' quote unquote suffering, and help them know only happiness and peace. Unfortunately, it sometimes leads to, a lot of psychological damage and, mental collapses of its own. Mm. Yeah, and usually with a big, nice smile on their face too, whenever they collapse and, are basically render comatose. She also has a unicorn and jester-like costume and uses a hobby horse as a weapon. Her true art is a true art of happiness, but but under the surface and mind of herself, there's bubbling, toxic emotions and thoughts that cause her art to, basically experience arts corruption. Well, so it has a dangerous thing. So her true art of happiness, has a very dangerous and rather diluted effect. So anyway, what do you guys think of that idea? Was it good? Alright now. I appreciate you guys listening, and I hope you had plenty of fun. Remember to fly like bat and shine like the moon. We are the stuff dreams are made of. By the way, by liking and subscribing, you give me your name. Yeah, you should give me your name, Do it.